Hey, welcome back, aviators, and today we are talking Molle panels and a really cool upgrade. I've been waiting a long time for something like this. I haven't been able to find one, but I did. And we're gonna do an unboxing, open this, and go through this really cool upgrade from what we had before. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit to you guys about Molle panels. And if you know me and our other companies, E3 Firearms, Camping, all that, Molle panels are huge for us. Got them in the back of the Cybertruck here. I use them all the time. They're in the Jeep, in the RVs, all over the place we have Molle panels. And of course, in our off-airport operations planes. So of course, we got our Carbon Cub here, Float Plug, or the FX3, whatever. I will tell you that the first thing I do when I get a new Carbon Cub or a Cub like this is I go to TAC Aero. The first website I go to, as soon as I buy the plane and I know it's on its way, I go to TAC Aero and I start to get all my accessories and stuff there. Their stuff is just awesome. It's well made and things like that. So this is probably my fourth one that I've had in the Carbon Cubs from TAC Aero. I loved it. This is the one that I always use, and you can still buy this, of course. And for most people, this is a really good option. It's nice because it folds up. You can roll it up, pull it right out of the plane real quick, just undoing the clips. Get it out of the plane. So if you sleep in the back of the plane or you're putting some big stuff underneath there, you can just roll this up, throw it in a duffel bag, or just get it out of the way, throw it in the front seat if that's the kind of flying and camping and stuff you're doing in the Carbon Cub. Or even the other thing that I do a lot is I actually keep this folded up, because if you want to put some fishing rods down under the back in the back area there, that we'll take a peek at that. I have some things I want to do that are a little differently that's hard to do on the soft one. And that's the solution we have right here. So, and by the way, E3 members, log into your platform. You get a massive discount on all of this stuff inside your members platform. I can tell you just what I saved here would pay for your membership for a whole year. So let's go ahead and dive in. We're gonna do this unboxing and get started with it. You know, when I saw this online at TAC Aero, I was just like, yep, that's what I've been waiting for a long time. I've been looking for it. So here it is. This is the new version. Oh, I want to say new version, but it's a different version of Molle panel. You can see how it's rigid and hard. And we're going to do the full install and stuff like that on here. I wanted this panel. I wanted this hard, rigid thing, and I'm going to show you why in just a few minutes. But so that's what I thought I was getting. But when I got the box, look what came in it. So we've got pouches here that have stuff in it. Also, see this? Toolkit. So already ready to go. Be able to mount on this Molle panel. Now, there's no tools in this, but this is a great kit to get all the basic tools that you got to have in your Carbon Cub or your Cub or your Legend Cub or whatever it is you're flying. So that's really good. That in itself, I think, is a great thing. But even better, we got more stuff in here. Spare kit. So I only peeked at it, but let's go ahead and go through what comes in this. And of course, it's going to mount right here on the panel with my other stuff. Plugs, awesome. Tape, Velcro. This in itself, in a Carbon Cub, is worth the whole kit. I shouldn't say that because you can buy these alone, but this is great that it actually comes in here with the plugs and stuff like that. This looks like it's the fuel pressure sensor. I'm changing these things all the time. So having a fuel pressure sensor actually comes with this Molle kit, which is awesome. We got some rubber gloves in here. We got shrink tubes, so there's all kinds of shrink tube and stuff. So you've got some wire ties here, and these you can actually undo and do again, which is awesome. What's in here? I'm sure you guys know what these are. Funnels for when you're out in the field for oil. Oh, and awesome inspection panels replacements. So if you lose a panel or something like that on the plane, you got some replacements for that. And of course, these are, you know, TAC Aero lives this world. They know, they're out there every day. They know this kind of flying at a level to know what is the stuff they're always getting, what is the stuff you should have, or what's a waste of time or money or waste of weight. I can really appreciate seeing these pieces in here because so far I totally agree. These are things that I always have to deal with. Of course, we've got patch kit for the fabric. Okay, so it's oil. I'm not sure specifically why this, where it goes. I'll have to ask those guys and find out. I should know, because if it's in here, it probably means I should know what this is for, but it is oil. Cotter pins, replacement. I mean, this is just awesome. I'm always looking. I got to tell you guys, this is in itself, because they know the pieces you always need. What are you always missing? What's out in the field that they always need? Like I'm constantly trying to go online and find, oh, give me 50 of these, 20 of these, cotter pins. Here it is, everything. They did all the work for you. It's sitting right there in that package. This, what I think it is, yeah, CHT probe, awesome. Okay, cool. Some fuses, replacement fuses, all the different kinds and stuff you need. We got some ends, some chiclets, things like that. Even a Schrader valve for your tires. I mean, these guys really thought through what's important. There's a few Schrader valves in there. And then of course our patch stuff here. Teflon tape, got some Loctite batteries, a little bit of grease, a Band-Aid, which we got our whole kit here, so we don't need that. All right, cool. So this is the spare parts kit that comes on this Molle panel. That in itself is great to have. All right, so let's talk about the panel itself. So obviously it's rigid, hard. I'm gonna show you why I want that. And it doesn't have, it's not as long as this one as the bottom is, but I always keep this folded up anyway. Like I never have that all the way down, because the reality is you really can't get down to the stuff down there. It's hard to get over the seat and down, and you know, I'm not sure that the bottom half of that is very productive. And then they really thought this through. So if you look at how the toolkit is, if you notice it's not mounted on the Molle panel, because they were smart enough to know to have these hooks, hook them on the bottom so it's hanging in the plane like that. When you need to grab it, you just grab the two clips, pull it off, your toolkit comes out with you. So that was smart how they did that. So I'm gonna actually put all my tools in here, and it's also gonna free up some stuff on the floor because there's enough room in here to get some of my other pieces in here, like my Leatherman and stuff like that. So that'll all go in, we'll make one cool toolkit. So if you need tools, you grab one piece. The spares kit, there's already a spot for it, goes right here. Boom, Velcro on the back, Velcro here, and then this clips all into place. Okay, so there's your spare kit. It's hanging on there. Cool, right? We're going to talk about the whole install, and we're going to do the full install. The next couple of things we're going to do is I'm going to figure out how do I want stuff, take from my old one, mount it over here. We're going to talk about some of the stuff we have here and what's in it and things. By the way, we did a full video. It's like an hour-long video of all the accessories that we keep in the plane. It's called our EDC, our everyday carry. Everything that we have in the plane, not just stuff in the Molle panel. We're talking about just the Molle panel today, but go check out that video because we go through everything, our anchors, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to move all this stuff over here. I'm going to think through how I want to set it up based on how I need to be able to get stuff. Then we're going to do the install so you can see the install. And let me show you the main reason why I have this one now. Honey Badger clear. So now I'm able to mount rigid just like that. So now I got this rigid panel that I can mount my Honey Badger on here. This is, just so y'all know, this is the Q Honey Badger 300 blackout with an integral suppressed short barrel. So this is a 2-stamp firearm with our EOTech on top of it, red dot. Now I can actually mount this on there, because before I'd have to keep it in a case. It's on the floor, it's all over the place. And then we keep our 9mm up in the scabbard there on the inside door. So I actually think I'm going to get more on this panel than I could get on this panel because of the way I can mount stuff on here. So now I'm going to just take a few minutes, get all this stuff over to this panel, figure out how I want it set up, and then we'll get it installed in the plane. So let's do that now.